welcome back to Coffee and the Tea. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what kind of tea I'm spilling. I do have some good tea, I must say. And also I have my coffee, although it's just about gone. But let me tell you, it was good and it hit the spot because I really needed it today. I'm just saying. But before we get started just spilling the tea, go right down here, go in your settings and find your subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload, and give me a thumbs up to try to fight against this algorithm that constantly is at my neck. I really would appreciate it. I'm telling you, I would. But with all that said, let's get to the tea. Like I said, I hope you have some coffee because mine was good. I'm not going to lie about that. First up is Kanye West. Kanye West is out here. Whew. They are coming for Kanye like they came for Diddy, I believe. I really do believe. Because they be doing all this old strange stuff. He be walking around looking strange. Him and that strange wife of him, it's just all so strange to me. And I must say, I'm sick of them. They are just so strange, and I am sick of them. And she walks around just about with no clothes on. He has daughters. I know he has two. I know he has Northwest, and he also has one named Chicago. I think he has another one. I don't know. I don't know about his children, but I do know if you have daughters, this is the woman that you're bringing to them as your wife, and they're supposed to be some kind of role model. This woman here who wears two band-aids on both of her nipples, and that's it. This is who you say that you wouldn't mind your daughter to be a role model of your daughter. I mean, you need to stop, Kanye. Kanye, I'm telling you, if Kanye was a woman, he would be in a 72-hour hole right now. Right now, he would be on the fifth floor of the psych unit. I'm just saying, because have you just saw him and that wife of his walking around doing old nonsense stuff in other countries, just and don't even have sense enough to be embarrassed. But I have secondhand embarrassment for them. Well, her mother and her sister, they're just nasty to me. They look so nasty. All of them come off of that OnlyFans site. And that's where he found her. And this is what's going on. The assistant that he hired from OnlyFans too, who said that she was racking up over $1 million a year, and he said that he was going to make sure that he paid her just that much if she would come over and be his assistant. And she said, Bet, okay, I'll come over there, but I want to make sure that I'm not losing money because I could be on this site making my million plus. And he said he was going to give it to her. And she said that he did not. Well, she sued him. And then she sued him for sexual harassment. She's saying that he sent inappropriate emails and spoke in inappropriate ways to her that she didn't feel comfortable with. And he also did not run her check for over $1 million plus. When I think about them making over $1 million plus, some of those people over there be making over $1 million plus on OnlyFans. I'm telling you, it is a lot of freaky deaky people, isn't it? Who be paying them people? I mean, come on now. I guess I just can't see it. I honestly just cannot see it. But this is the kind of people that he is surrounding himself with. And they said that wife of his come from OnlyFans also. I'm just saying. And do I believe that? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. And her family is just as weird looking as she is. I'm going to put a picture of her and her sister and her coming out of the house. They are just nasty looking. I'm just saying. But the assistant has amended her court case against him, and now she's talking and saying that Kanye wanted to have not only a relationship with the daughter, but also the mother. The mother's name is Alexandria, and said he wanted to have a sexual encounter with her. And do I put it past Kanye? Absolutely not. Do I put it past them? Absolutely not. They look like a bunch of freaks. I don't put it past them, but I'll just say this: that's their business. If that's the way they want to live their life, then that's their business. That's why America is America, you know, the land of the free and the home of the brave. But I just think this woman is try to shore up her case against him, because what she first filed, it's not looking so good. So she decided she was going to put more in there. She also said that they all had orgies, and that Kanye's wife was the one who did the organizing of these orgies. But Kanye's mother-in-law says she don't want to have nothing to do with it. Daily Mail, I call it the Daily Fail, because it doesn't do anything but lie and make up stories. It's just a rag. It asked her about it, and she said that she did not want to comment on it. At least she had sense enough not to talk to them folks. But they're saying that this is what she said. Kanye's assault accuser said that his office was a sexual playground, and his wife Bianca Censori was the orgy coordinator. Do I believe that? Yes, and I believe she participated in that nonsense too. And just because Kanye didn't run her check the way she thought it should be ran, then she come in with all this stuff. And my whole thing is, where is the crime here? Where is the assault here? This is a grown woman. She saw all this going on and she didn't know how to get her pocketbook and get in her car. I'm just saying, some of these lawsuits, including these lawsuits of Diddy, these people act like that they just suspend the fact that they are adults. I have never saw anything like it. Like being an adult is not is not a reason to uh I mean, you actively put yourself in these situations. You're an adult. You have a right to not put yourself into these situations. But they want you to suspend your whole view or your whole belief that an adult is responsible for their behavior. This woman was responsible for her behavior. All she had to do was get her pocketbook. Evidently, she says she had a signed contract with him. Take him to court. If he's not running your checks the way he should be running your checks, take him to court. But if you actively and freely participated in some nonsense like what you said was going on now all of a sudden you want to try to feel like, you know, this just happened to you. No, it didn't happen to you. You chose to participate. Adult people participate. Now, stuff like this happen to children because they don't have the ability to give consent, because they're not cognitively developed enough to understand the consequences to their actions. But you're an adult. This woman, I think, is well into her 30s. Stop it. Stop it. All of this needs to stop. Now, do I think Diddy probably did a lot of wrong stuff? He probably did. But hiring all these prostitutes and stuff like this and sex workers and all that, and all of a sudden now they suing him. What? What? This is ridiculous to me. If nobody was underage and everybody was grown, sit down and have several seats as you take it. This is ridiculous. You just nasty. You're nasty, you're trifling, and you're a tramp. And that's all I got to say about that. And Kanye should be ashamed of himself. He got children. I cannot take him. All of them are just so dirty and nasty. Trash bags. That's all I got to say about that. Trash bags. The next person I'm going to talk about is, and I'm not going to talk about it very much, but hold a thought because my garbage truck is coming and I do not want my dog. He is going to lose his mind. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. The garbage truck is gone and he has calmed down. So the next person I'm going to talk about is 50 Cent. And I am going to be very careful in my commentary when it comes to 50 Cent because 50 Cent is very, very petty. And he has no qualms to come after you if you're small or tall. It doesn't matter to him. And he is so petty that he holds on to whatever beef he might be involved in for life. So I don't want to get on the wrong side of 50 Cent that he might run across this video on YouTube and come for my neck. But I'm just going to say this. I'm gonna read exactly what it says, and that's I'm not gonna add to or take away. I'm just saying it says 50 Cent secures a $15 million Las Vegas residency kicking off in December 2025. 50 Cent is headed to Las Vegas for the first time ever residency. The rap mogul has locked down a massive $15 million deal for a series of 6 shows at Planet Hollywood Live inside Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, according to TMZ. The residency is titled 50 Cent in the Club. It's set to kick off on December 2025 and promise fresh experience and still delivering fan favorite hits. One of the performances will be exclusive for a New Year's Eve celebration presented by 50 Cent's own Sirens Spirit brand. Or it said, so yeah, so 50 Cent is going to Las Vegas. It is, he won't be there, it won't start for a little over a year. So I guess it takes some time to plan, and that he just signed it $15 million. Like I said, I'm not saying nothing, but I'm just gonna move on. I want to talk about Lisa Marie Presley. Now, in my last podcast, I talked about Lisa Marie Presley, and I talked about how she kept her son's body for 2 months. Yes, she did, in the house with her, and how the funeral home director told her to keep him on what was it, dry ice, and keep the room at 55 degrees. And she said that she just got so used to him being there, it just became a day to day. But eventually, she said that they decided to bury him at Graceland, where his grandfather was. She said the reason she kept the body is because she couldn't decide if she wanted it buried in Hawaii, where they have a place, or in Memphis, and decided on Memphis. But I tend to believe it's the fact that, grief is a funny thing and it's hard to let go. So I think she needed time to let go. She said in the state of California, it's no kind of law saying but you have to bury a body within a particular time. So okay. But what also it said, and I discussed in my last podcast, where she brought in the tattoo artist to see exactly what position he had a tattoo that she wanted to get a matching tattoo. And they said that her daughter, Riley Keough, who finished this book because Lisa Marie Presley is now no longer with us, said that the artist was very professional, and he, you know, just looked at it and they both got the same tattoo that he had. So all three of them have the matching tattoo. But yeah, weird to say the least. Well, I found this article and it is about 5 bombshells from Lisa Marie's posthumous memoir. And I want to share these 5 things, and I actually have a plus one, so actually it's going to be six. But the first one is that she had an abortion. She had an abortion, but it was because it was a, what is the name of the type of problem she had? It was an how did they say it? It's the first time. Let me just read it. It said, the first time I got pregnant, I did not even know it. Lisa Marie wrote in her memoir, during the first 4 months we dated, I had ended up in the ER with horrible pains, and they rushed me into surgery. And at the time, the singer said that the doctor thought she had an issue with her appendix. However, after the surgery, she was told that she had an ectopic pregnancy. And ectopic pregnancy occurs when the fertilized egg implants and grows outside of the main cavity of the uterus, according to the Mayo Clinic. And it's life threatening. She could have died. And she had an abortion. She had the abortion to save her life. But they said she still had a lot of guilt about that. And she would talk to her baby that she had to abort and tell, say, forgive me, I wish I had never done it, and on and on and on. But she had to do it. An ectopic pregnancy is death for the mother. It just is. And so they have to take the baby. So yeah, she had an abortion, and from what my understanding is, she was only like 14 or 15 years old. She was very young. Okay, the second thing was the second um what was it called? The second bombshell? That's the word I'm looking for. The second bombshell was unintentionally trapping Danny Keough. Danny Keough was her first husband. And it says 2 weeks after spending the night with Danny, she found out she was pregnant, and the pair got married soon after. She was pregnant with her daughter, who is now Riley Keough, who finished the book for her mother. And she said that she trapped him, writing, I didn't really mean to, but I did. And so when she got pregnant, he knew that he was going to have to marry her. And so, yeah. And and I think she was like, how old was she? She was really young. I think she was like 23 or something like that when she married him. Very, very young. And number three is losing her virginity. She lost her virginity at 14 years old to a 23-year-old man. And her mother, Priscilla, was on the set of a movie that she was doing. I think they said it was in Hawaii. No, Bahamas. And this person was working within this movie, and that's how she lost her virginity. She was 14 years old, and she felt like she was in love and all this kind of stuff. She would have been in a headlock if it had been me. I'm just saying, if my 14-year-old daughter was trying to hook up with a 23-year-old, she would not be in love. She would be in a headlock. I'm just saying. I just feel like Priscilla did not do a great job, but she didn't have any room to talk because guess what? Priscilla fell in love with Elvis Presley at 14, and she was giving her mama hell, her mama and daddy hell. If you know the story, when she was 14, wanting to hook up with somebody. I think Elvis was pretty much about the same, 23 or something like that, and she was 14. Isn't it funny how things just turn out and just, I mean, They just continue to, I mean, it's circular. What she did to her parents actually happened to her. Her daughter gave her the same kind of hell she gave her parents. And that's it. All right, number four. She kept her son's body, and we talked about that earlier. His name was Benjamin Keogh, and he took his own life at 2020, and it was hard for her. It was really, really hard for her. And they say she never really got over it. Said that she would pretty much die of a broken heart, and her daughter said that's she believes that that's what happened. I'm gonna put a picture of them up, the whole family, and if you look at this picture, you can tell the people who are not gonna make it. Him and Lisa Marie look like they already dead. The other two looks out, and the other three look like they're very much alive. They look like they very much are not. I think this picture is really, really telling. Okay, and number five is her addiction. She says she became addicted to opioids at 40 when she had her twins. What is her twins' name? I forgot what the twins are named. But let's see, what is the twins' name? Maybe I'll run into it. But she had two girls, and she had a C-section, and then she said she first started out taking them for pain, then she started taking them to sleep, and then she started taking them because she liked them. And so she went through a whole lot of rehabs and whatnot, and a whole lot of she she just absolutely just duplicated her father's life with drugs and all the things that she did. And it seemed like she lived out her mom and her dad's life. All the addiction, all of the nonsense, all of the young, like I said, 14, she would have been in a headlock. But yeah, so she had a really, really bad addiction. But before she died, she had kicked it. She had kicked it. And that wasn't the reason she died. She died from bowel obstruction due to a bariatric surgery that she had years earlier. So that's if you have ever had like weight loss surgery. My niece, that happened to her. She had weight loss surgery, and then after years afterwards, she had um, um, a bowel emergency too. I think hers had twisted up, and it was a mess. But she was able to be saved. But evidently, Lisa Marie didn't know what was wrong with her, and she didn't go to the doctor like she should. And that's what happened. It was not drugs. All right, now that was the five they talked about, but I have another one. Let me put this up. It says Lisa Marie claims Michael Jackson was still a virgin when they met in her postposthumous memoir. What do you think about that one? I think he was like 35 when they met. Yeah, it says Presley wrote that their short lived romance and marriage in her posthumous memoir, From Here to the Great Beyond, to the Great Unknown. Lisa Marie Presley's posthumous memoir took a look at the whirlwind romance with Michael Jackson. Presley and Jackson met when they were young and got together romantically in 1994. Before they officially began dating, Presley was still married to her first husband, Danny Keough. But they split after Jackson confessed his love for her during a trip they took to Las Vegas, according to the late Presley. Michael said, I don't know if you noticed, but I am completely in love with you. And then she said that she realized that she was in love with him, that he wanted them to get married and have his children, not our children, his children. But think about if those children had been Presleys and Jacksons. Woo! I'm just saying. She has revealed some of the intimate details of the romance, including the fact that Jackson was allegedly still a virgin when they got together. She said that he only had kissed Tatum O'Neal and kissed, what's her name, Brooke Shields. But, and he said that, she said that Michael said that Madonna wanted to get on down. Madonna was, you know, and said Michael said he was scared of Madonna because he was just so scared that he might do something wrong. Because we all know Madonna probably knows every trick in the book because she wrote the book. But say, yeah, said Madonna wanted to get on down with Mike. But Mike said, no, 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 you scare me. And that's exactly what she said. He said, you scare me. So she was his first sexual partner, first sexual experience. Whew, okay. Well, isn't that something? I'm telling you, I don't know. This book came out October the 8th. It's worth reading. I'm telling you, if you know anything about Elvis or Lisa Marie or anything like that, I used to live in Memphis. I used to live like what, two or three streets over from Graceland. I used to go by Graceland to go to a Chinese place I loved all the time. So Elvis is like ingrained in my DNA because I used to live in Memphis. So, yeah, I find all this interesting. I hope you do too. All right, we're going to get to stupid people doing stupid stuff. And this stupid person is law enforcement. It says this Georgia sheriff defends himself after being slammed for calling in deputies over an incorrect order at Burger King. I'm gonna put him up here. Yeah, him. This one right here. It said Georgia sheriff is under fire after released body cam footage shows him requesting officers' assistance over a incorrect order at Burger King. According to several reports, the incident happened back in March of 2023. In the town of Mapleton, but it was recently brought to the forefront because the sheriff is up for re-election this year. Cobb County Sheriff Craig Owens called his deputies after ordering food at a fast food establishment for with three officers arriving on the scene with blaring sirens. In the video, Owens told the officers, "Hey, do me a favor. I need to get all I need is the owner's name, whoever owns this facility, or the manager. I want her to get his let me see. I want her, this female passenger, a Whopper, no mayo, cut in half." He said, "I don't need the D money back no more. I just need to find out who owns the place so I can do an official complaint." It said officer reportedly attempted to enter the establishment but was met with locked doors as the employees barred themselves inside. They explained that in the past that they have had upset customers who have resorted to stalking. After explaining that they only were there to get information so the man in the truck could file a formal complaint, the officer left and returned to the sheriff, who confirmed with the officer that his identity remains anonymous. He didn't want nobody to know. Owen's challenger in the upcoming election has reportedly been using the video as an argument against his campaign. However, the sheriff insists that he didn't do anything wrong and that the incident is being wielded as a political weapon, he stated. I was not in my uniform and at no point in my interaction with the staff did I identify myself as a member of law enforcement community. I think he might be right. I do. Because if he was just a regular person, he could have called the police. But my point is this, come on now. Because they didn't get your order right, you gonna call the police on him? His temperament is questionable, to say the least. Yeah, I have to qualify him as a stupid person doing stupid stuff. I'm just saying. He might lose that election. All right, y'all. That is coffee and the tea for the day. I hope you found it interesting. It was so interesting to me about Lisa Marie. Wow. Whew. Bye, y'all.